What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. Gotta say, Araki, I love you, man, but what the fuck is your beef with dogs? Like, Jesus H. Christ, you have done, what have dogs done to you in your past that they deserve this much cruel fates in JoJo? From Kakyoin's dream to the Hawk and to Iggy. Oh my god, poor Iggy. Cause y'all know I love animals. If y'all saw my Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie review, you guys know that when I saw that scene with like the long necked dinosaur getting slowly engulfed by the smoke, I wanted to just jump in the screen, turn the boat around, and save him. Man, that was hard to watch. That was hard to watch. I love this episode, by the way. I didn't hate it or nothing, but Jesus Christ, Araki, chill, man. Do you have no chill? But whatever. But alas, the episode itself was overall fucking phenomenal. Voice acting, ooh, this, y'all have outdone yourselves with the dub. The dub, woo! Y'all have outdone yourselves for the dub. Y'all, yeah, especially Polnareff. Polnareff. Somebody give that man somebody give the voice actor Polnareff a pay raise, cause goddamn it, he is kicking like in like this week's episode, last week in the episodes when he brought up with the Abdul stuff back in season 1. Abdul has been killing it in the English dub. I mean, besides Jotaro, he's probably my favorite voice actor in the whole dub cast. Is him besides Jotaro, because of Jotaro's badassery in the but I'm giving them and Dio. Whenever we can see Dio, is always nice. But anyway, enough. Jesus Christ! Because like if y'all follow me on Twitter, you know I made a post about that whole episode, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's begin with this week's episode. So we start this off. After we get a quick little recap, a little bit of what happens. We saw a little last week, with Polnareff saying, like, don't you dare lie to me, blah 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 blah. Like I said, like I said, the art animation and the music in this episode was, especially on Polnareff's face. The shadowing they've done and some of the shots with Polnareff's face. Oh, and the voice acting. I mean, I can imagine the voice acting was fucking phenomenal in the sub, but in the dub here right now, man, Viz, y'all are killing it! I'm very much looking forward to seeing, Diamond as a Breakable in August. That's going to be hype as hell to see. Because we only got like a few episodes left. We got like about 4 or 5 episodes left to Stardust Crusaders. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Dio fight, see finally dubbed to see how. But I do not envy the English voice actors when they have to do that thing, because cool. I don't know how they're gonna record that, if they're just gonna do it all in one go, or they're gonna like take breaks and just splice the clips together, but whatever the case may be. Back to the episode. So, Abdul, like, remembers, not Abdul, Polnareff, he's like, damn it, Abdul, why did you do that? Why did you break our one rule? You said to watch our own backs. How could you put in our business, blah, 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 and then and there's against this, pillar. He sits down, ducks, and then we see why I like to dub, the spin ball of death. Because that's essentially what Cool Ice's stand does. It's a pretty much a spin ball. It's a death machine. It's like a spin ball. Sonic. I'm combining something. You get the point. Anyway. So we got it just goes through that pillar, and Boom's like, oh shit, I would be a dead man right now if I didn't duck. I guess this is Abdul tries to knock some sense into me. And then you got Iggy, since he gets to stand up, and we also see, actually before that, we see Polnareff. He summons a chariot, and then actually manages to get a hit on a Cool Ice's stand, but only like one hit. He says like, I'm over here, I want you to look at me when you die, excuse me. So there was like I said, the voice acting was just phenomenal. I cannot go the voice acting. And we also, and I liked, and next we'll see this little part with Jotaro, Joseph, and Kakyoin, where they're like, they get out of that little area they were before, and they're like, all right now, and Joseph says like, all right, I know some of these fish right now. It sounds like there's a fight going upstairs. And so after that, pretty much we get this little chase sequence between Polnareff, Iggy, and the Cool Ice. They were just trying to get away from him and his spin ball of death, and so. Or I guess pinball of death. It's Abdul puts it. He just goes like, "Yo, on your pinball." Anyway, the birds is running. Then they manage to find the exit, and but Polnareff, I don't know, I keep getting their names confused. Polnareff, he's like, you know what? Fuck the exit. I ain't going through there like a pussy. I'm going to stay out here and I'm going to stay out here, stand my ground like a man and kill this fucker. Iggy looks at him like, what the fuck? Are you crazy, man? But then after Polnareff has finishes him, Iggy's like tail spikes up and he's like, Hurr! So they end up going upstairs. But then we look at the door and Cool Ice was actually waiting there. So it looks like that actually, if Abdul, or not, why do you say Abdul? If Polnareff actually had just went through the door, it looked like that Cool Ice probably would have just killed them both right then and there. Instead, instead they kind of almost like delay the inevitable, I guess you could say, with this. Anyway, so after they go upstairs, they find a room. Then they find a hole in this room where they're like, oh shit, he's here. So they get in their position. They got Cherry. There's a Iggy stand out. Polnareff tells Iggy to watch his back and watches. Then he gets kind of like in this pseudo like Spider-Man-esque pose, and they're just kind of just looking around, waiting, just seeing where he is. And then we see him slowly creep up against Polnareff's foot, and we see him, and Polnareff's like, oh shit, he like tries to jump out, but he can't, and just he managed to save most of his foot, but not all of it. He actually lost his toes. It looks like he lost like just his toes on his, I think it was his right foot. And of course, Polnareff was like, oh god, my foot, and he was like, Cool Ice is like, I took away your foot, now you can't run away. So this, oh my god, the episode from here on out was like, oh man, like you just feel this aura of Polnareff, like on this whole episode you just feel like, can Iggy and Polnareff save this, beat this guy? I felt like I was rewatching Avengers Infinity War when I saw this episode. Just this feeling of hopelessness and uneasiness and tension and just uncertainty whether or not Polnareff and Iggy are actually going to make it out alive, or they're going to die, or is Jotaro going to come in there and save the day and order this fucker into oblivion? Well, we soon find out. And so we see Polnareff, he just starts swinging wildly, just trying to find this fucker, trying to fucking kill him. He just starts swinging and swinging and swinging and swinging, just destroying statues, holes in the wall and shit. And so after that, him and Iggy manage to hide. And then, yeah, well, we're almost to that. After that, after they manage to hide, Iggy, since we know Iggy Stan can change his appearance, Iggy ends up turning into Dio. He comes down the stairs being like, Cool Ice. And then he was like, oh, don't worry about it, Dio, I got this. And he puts his hand up, and we see the stand. That's when we knew, like, okay, it's Iggy. We see Iggy and Polnareff kind of emerge a little bit out of the sand. They're like, do you think I'd be ashamed of hitting him from behind like a coward? Well, you'll be wrong. He pulled the same shit on Abdul, so I don't feel bad. Now, crucify him, Iggy! And then he brings this, starts charging his hand down to decapitate him. Although this is when they went to commercial breaks on Toonami. As his hand was coming down. I don't know why they picked that exact scene, because I was like, oh, come on, don't put me in suspense like that! Do it earlier on in the episode. We also see, Jotaro and Joseph and, Kakyoin. We see him again, they're still hearing the ruckus, and we see okay, it's probably Polnareff and Iggy, they're probably in trouble, let's go find them. So they're just sprinting, running to him. We're trying to find where Polnareff is. And so, after that, then, of course, then Cool Ice slashes his arm off and be like, I knew it wasn't Lord Dio. The windows were open to my left. He wouldn't come down here. Because, of course, we know he's a half vampire. We know vampires don't like light. And apparently also had this vow that he wouldn't also come down. And we also actually see Dio. While this whole fight is going on, while Polnareff's swinging wildly, we just see Dio on his bed reading a book. And he's just like, what? It's like, it's Tuesday. He doesn't even care that there's this shit going on. He's just like, oh, whatever, I'm back to my book. And so after he destroys the rest of Dio, the sand version, Cool Ice loses it and kicks Iggy damn near to death. And Jesus Christ, the amount of fucking blood. Jesus Christ, David Productions and fuck, I could shit, I always keep forgetting the JoJo's mangaka's name. I always keep forgetting his name. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we just see him. He's like, you'll die 1,000 deaths. I will killing you just my stand, my stand is too easy for you. I'm going to kick you to death. And he just starts kicking Iggy over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And man, was it hard to watch. Just seeing Iggy, poor Iggy, just get beaten to death. We'll see him punch him as well. And Paul was like, stop it, don't hurt him. And then he finally finishes. Well, Iggy's like pretty much seconds from death at this point. Because, he probably has broken ribs, and it sounds like they punctured one of his broken ribs punctured his lungs. How he's still fucking breathing, I do not know, but he is still breathing, thankfully. Just barely. And so, we see Polnareff eventually thinks of an idea. He used the sand from Iggy's stand to try and find out where Cool Ice is. He manages to find him where he is, and he actually hits him right in his mouth, and I think he punctures his throat or something. Now, he doesn't immediately die. He just says, now, hurry up and die, suck me blood, or something. He says some shit in French. I forget exactly what he said. I don't even know what the hell it meant, but it was probably like bastard in French. So he's like, just die! But he won't die because we know Dio revived him, and we see that he has fangs. So then I don't know if he had them before he decapitated himself, and then, Dio brought him back. But it looks like accidentally when he brought him back, he became a vampire like Dio, probably because of his blood. Hence why if he was still normal, that probably would have just killed him. But since looks like he's a half vampire, that probably is the reason why he was able to survive Polnareff's attack. And so after that, he ends up managing to start strangling Polnareff, and then he manages to get a couple fingers of Polnareff in his void, cutting off a couple of his fingers. Oof. There is so much blood in this episode, god damn, there is so much fucking blood. You guys know I love my horror movies and blood, but damn, I'm not using this much shit in anime. I don't even know how this got past the censors. Y'all seen what TG has to do, and granted, this could have been off the Blu-rays, and it was a lot more censored when it was airing subbed on Crunchyroll, or when it was airing in Japan. Granted, this could just be the Blu-rays, and they uncensored it, so they can go full on, here's blood galore, whatever the case may be. We see him, he ends up pulling away, tries hitting him again, but just goes through his hands, and then he just starts he just starts trying to pretty much just break his arm at this point, or rip it off. He just starts hitting it. Paul manages to escape, and then we see Cool Ice use the spin ball of death to get closer and closer and closer to Paul. And we actually have this, and we actually Polnareff has this three, multiple choice question, what will happen at the end of the episode, which I was like, wait, what sounds like, was this episode, were they letting the fans choose Polnareff's fate? DC let them choose what, Jason Todd's fate was, and, Death in the Family storyline, they let people, they had, this, toll line where, call this number if you want Jason to live, call this number if you want to die. So I thought they were going to do that, maybe that was something the manga did, and the anime was going to let it do, but no, it's just actually what three things could happen. First episode was that Polnareff would think of some counter attack to finally win. Second one being that Jotaro and the others find him and save him. The third is, life's a bitch. And so he's like, if I had my way, I'd just pick option 2, but I can't count on that. So he ends up trying to, use, Chariot to dig a hole, because since he lost the tip of his blade, he can't really do it. He tries using Silver Chariot to pull him over. It doesn't work because Silver Chariot isn't really that strong. He's very fast, but he doesn't really have this. It's not like Star Power where he's fast and strong. Chariot is just really fast, but he isn't really that strong. Hence, we know he can't really take damage all that well, because once he loses his arms, he kind of becomes very easy to kill, but he becomes really fucking fast. Anyway, so that doesn't work, And so we see Iggy like stands up, he's like, and he like tries to summon a stab, but I'm like, no, Iggy, stay down, I don't want you to die. I love dogs, goddammit. Damn you, Rocky. There we go. Damn you, Rocky, don't you fucking kill Iggy. You've killed enough dogs, damn it. And then but Iggy just ends up falling down, and we just see it getting closer and closer. Like, when I was seeing this, I was like, is Polnareff actually gonna die? Is Polnareff actually going to die? And then we see it engulf Polnareff with his earring falling down. And that's where it ends. And once I was like, oh my fucking god. Now granted, is he really truly dead? Possibly, maybe when JoJo finds him and he does defeat him, because we're not going to defeat him anyway. Maybe then they'll be brought back to life and then, oh, it's all hunky-dory. Do I expect that? And honestly, no. I honestly think that this might actually be the end of Polnareff and Abdul. But hey, I do want them to come back because I love these guys. Polnareff is without them in the highlight of the dub, besides Jotaro. This is voice for Jotaro, but whatever. But yeah, overall, I give this episode a 10 out of 10. This episode was fucking amazing. I love it. Art animation was spectacular. Music was great. The voice setting from the dub was magnifique. And so yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me, channel, Twitter, if you like, links are just below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's